Tough conditions out there. Started real sloppy for us, obviously. But I'm proud that we were able to right the ship after it was 6-0. I told the guys that's a growth moment for our team. It helps the psyche of your team to know that you can do this. We played real sloppy early in the game, but to come back, it's a good sign, I think.
All right, start with John.
Seemed like Parker Coyne gave you all some life there with his relief performance. What about him? What made him good today?
Yeah, big time. He gave us a huge lift. I think he kind of settled the ship and allowed us to at least have a chance to come back. And I don't think it's any coincidence that once he got in the game and started really pitching well, that's when we started scoring. So he featured 3 pitches for strikes, had a good fastball. And commanded the ball. No walks today, so 6 strikeouts, no walks. That's a very important development for us.
Coach, you mentioned the conditions. Is this the coldest game you've ever played in? And what challenges does that bring for you guys?
Well, Justin Rowe was asking us before the game where we thought it ranked. We still ranked the game at Kentucky last year as colder, and the games at Arkansas last year I think were even much colder than tonight. I don't know what the degrees was and the feel-like temperature was tonight, but it was cold, but it didn't feel quite as bad as those did last year. But we also, I think the second half of that game had a light drizzle out there too. So I tip my cap to all the players that were out there playing in that tonight.
I guess, what was the decision to bring Sawyer on for, I guess, the 7-out save? And how nice was it to see him come out and do what he did after giving up that home run?
Yeah, he did really well. Again, sometimes you have a closer, sometimes you just have a stopper. We thought that was a very important part of the game. We had just taken the lead, and we just didn't want to give them any life. So we thought we'd bring in our guy right there and to get us out of that and kind of settle the ship again, and that's exactly what he did.
When you were down 6-0, obviously nothing's going right. Did you say anything to the guys? What was the message in the dugout, or what happened there?
Oh yeah, when we get in those situations, and we had plenty of those last year, you just try to stay calm. You try to stay positive. Obviously, we had nothing going right at that point. We were making errors. There were pass balls, wild pitches. We couldn't hit. I mean, there was nothing going right. So at that point, you try to not react to the score. You just try to keep playing the game and hope that the tide can turn at some point, and it did.
Go back calm.
With TJ and Cam early, was that just some of the cold affecting their pitching? Just what did you see out of them, and I guess that sloppy play?
Yeah, they threw pitches. I'd have to look at the film still, but I just think they were throwing pitches in the middle of the plate because after they came out, they had 2 hits the rest of the way. They have good stuff, but you can't throw the ball in the middle of the plate because teams at this level will hit the ball.
It seems like last year this could have been a game you guys lost, and you had some setbacks on midweek games. How big is it to win one early in the year like this, a midweek game that you were down?
Well, I think it's a nice start. Obviously, there's things that I saw tonight that were very encouraging, and I saw some things tonight that we'd better fix quickly because you can't lose games. You can't beat yourself. And we did some things tonight that force you to beat yourself, and we can't do that. So not gonna throw a party yet. Not gonna throw a parade. But again, that is a game we could have very easily lost tonight, and we didn't. So I think that's a good sign that this new group is going to try to take the same approach as last year's team did. They're just never going to give up.
Noah's at bat seemed a little bit better today. Did anything different about him?
No, midway through the game, we talked a little bit and said, you look a little too still at the plate, and we asked him, try to get a little more rhythm in your hands, a little more movement there to try to get your rhythm back. And his next 2 bats were really, really good. So we're hoping that's the start of Noah being Noah again.
Is Lloyd okay, or you guys just didn't like what you saw?
Yeah, Lloyd's fine, and Lloyd's going to be a great one for us. But at that point in the game, we just couldn't give them any free passes, and we hit a guy, and we fell behind 2-0. And that's a learning experience for freshmen. And there are times we need to get them in there and let them work their way through. But under the circumstances of this game, having come back from down 6-0, we just didn't think it was a time to mess around. All right, thank you.